Hello dear crypto friends, and welcome to this video in which we are going to talk about altcoins. Oh no, the altcoins. God, they are dropping more and more. What is happening? They are going down lower and lower. You think they are so low already and then they go even lower. Are they dying or what? Are the altcoins finished now or what is happening? And if we look at the long-term Bitcoin weekly chart, we see that Bitcoin has been in a longer corrective structure, and we had now 9 weekly red candles in a row. What the hell is going on? And of course, if we look at the altcoin market cap, total 3. So these are all altcoins without Ethereum. What can we see? We can see, of course, that the market cap of altcoins has also dropped considerably. And we have consequently also many weekly red candles in a row. So will the altcoins now break this support line and go to even lower lows? Because that is, of course, what would happen if Bitcoin now was to go lower and touch this long-term green trend line of the logarithmic channel, which we have said a few times is probably the lowest low that Bitcoin could go right now. So will the altcoins drop even more? Well, for reasons that I explained in my last 2 videos, I think actually that Bitcoin will not go lower, because the same way that we thought that Bitcoin would go to 100k here and it only went to 65k, I think the same logic applies here. And because everybody, including their grandmother and dogs, is expecting Bitcoin to drop to 15,000 or even lower prices, I think that exactly the opposite will happen, and hilariously Bitcoin will start pumping. But watch my previous 2 videos again if you want the exact details as to why I think this is very likely to happen. I'm not saying it's 100% because, friends, nothing is guaranteed in crypto land, but I think the probability for that to happen is higher as that we continue to drop lower. So if we say that this would happen, what would that mean for the altcoins? Well, the altcoins then, of course, would not make new lows, right? And if we look at the altcoin structure, what is that actually? Well, friends, this is actually an expanded flat. The altcoins have been doing an expanded flat and would now go into a wave 5 of this huge mega bull cycle that has been going on since late 2018, in my opinion. Okay, so the altcoins have reached support here, and we can see that they are not like Bitcoin doing an expanded flat, because as we can see, Bitcoin made this new high here and actually went lower here than here. So actually Bitcoin, if it now would continue to pump, made actually an expanded flat. But the altcoins made a regular flat correction, not an expanded flat, but a regular running flat correction. And this is actually really bullish if you think about it, that the altcoins have not made a new low here and actually are higher than they were in June 2021. So the altcoins are actually hilariously more bullish looking than Bitcoin, because they are making this running flat corrective structure. Now, if we look at the RSI, friends, I have a big surprise for you. If we look at the RSI, the weekly RSI is actually making historical lows. I am not joking. Look here. We are now lower on the weekly RSI at 31 than in late 2018 when we were at 32.5. We are now lower than in the brutal bear market of late 2018. Just think about it. So the altcoins are so insanely oversold that they are making new historic lows in the RSI. And we know when the RSI goes to such insanely low values, as was the case here in late 2018, friends, we know that there's a freaking good buying opportunity waiting for us right now. Now, if we go to total 2, so we include Ethereum also, we have a bit more history, because this chart now goes back to 2014, to early 2014. So we have more RSI history. And if we look at the RSI again in the weekly chart, what do we see, friends? I'm not joking. The RSI here is now, even including Ethereum, with this weekly candle close, the weekly candle will close tonight, I think we will be getting a value similar to late 2018, if not even below. Maybe when we close tonight, we might even get a value below the record low of late 2018 at 30.59. So we might actually go to 30 or 29 point something when the candle closes tonight. And we can see that never in its entire 8-year recorded history did the altcoin market cap, including Ethereum, reach values of below 30. So this could be a new historical low that we would witness tonight. That is crazy. So we are so insanely oversold here that even the low in late 2018 cannot compare. And friends, we all know what that means. This means that the likelihood, okay, I'm talking always about likelihoods. Please don't be angry with me if something else happens, because nobody can foresee the future and we should always think in probabilities. So if there's a very high probability for something to happen, that still does not rule out that something else will happen, because that is the nature of the quantum reality of the universe. So if now this support really holds, and this is like a wonderful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, then we are actually rebounding now and going to higher highs. And the extremely oversold RSI speaks really volumes. But not only that, the RSI is actually making a falling wedge structure, which, as we know, is a bullish structure. So the RSI is in a falling wedge, and we know what falling wedges are, friends. That's right, bullish structures that break to the upside. But nay, there's more. The RSI is falling, so the RSI is making lower lows, whereas the price, since the RSI started doing this, we go way back here, the price is making higher lows. Look at this here. The lows are higher in this line here, whereas the RSI line is making lower lows. So this is a super insane hidden bullish divergence, an extremely strong one. Look at this, how inclined this is here and how strongly the RSI is going down. So we are getting a brutal bullish divergence on the weekly chart, and weekly chart divergences are normally longer term structures. So when this breaks, this is not just a bounce and then we go lower, but normally these are longer term trends. So I think we are seeing new highs soon in the altcoin market cap. Now, how high will this go? For that, we have our good Fibonacci extensions. So we go to the Fibonacci extensions. We see that not quite the 4.236 was reached, but the 3.618. This is, of course, including Ethereum. If we go to the total 3, excluding Ethereum, well, we see that also here the 3.618 was almost reached. So we didn't even get a full 4.236 extension. But then how high will the altcoin market go now? If we say, okay, something similar was to repeat, so I take the peak here, connected to the low, then we say, okay, let's say it will do something similar and go to the 3.618 Fibonacci extension. What does this mean? This means, friends, that the altcoin market cap would tenfold in value from now about 426 billion to around 3 trillion. But I think, friends, this is quite conservative, because if we look what the altcoin market actually did, how far it rose in this time from the low here in March 2020 to the very top, we are talking a 4,000% increase, friends. That is a factor of 40. So the altcoin market cap went from an incredibly low 27 billion. Just think about it. All altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, were at $27 billion market cap. That is a joke. And during the peak, it was at 1.115 trillion. Friends, that is a factor 40 higher. Now we are at 427 billion, which is still almost 20 times higher than during the March 2020 low. So if we now say, okay, maybe a factor 40 is exaggerated, but still there's a lot of growth potential, I think we are talking about a full Fibonacci extension. That is right, friends. That is right. A full Fibo extension that might bring us to $13.4 trillion of market cap, by early 2023, according to my estimates. Could of course be also later. Depends of course on how the Bitcoin market will develop, how fast Nasdaq will be pumping, how fast the dollar index will be dumping. All these correlations that I explained in my last two videos, please watch them because there I explain all the logic behind it. So I think the likelihood is very high because we are talking about from 427 billion to 13.4 trillion. So this would be a factor of 31, which is still less, friends. Yes, this would be still less than the factor we got here when altcoins increased by a factor of 40. So this would be still less. But even if you say, okay, that is too exaggerated, the full extension, let us just say that we are now getting, instead of a factor of 40, only a factor of 20, right? That would bring us to around 8.5 trillion, which would correspond to the 2.618 Fibonacci extension, which would still be quite impressive because we are talking about a 20-folding here, so many coins will just go completely crazy. And also something else, if we go to total, so we include Bitcoin also and Ethereum, we see that the total market cap of all coins actually is also looking more like a running flat correction and has actually not closed below this price here, which still qualifies as a running flat correction. So the total market cap, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, is actually looking more bullish than Bitcoin alone. And something else, this structure here looks oddly familiar, right? I think we have seen it quite a few times, especially here in this run up in 2017. If we zoom in, let us zoom in, let us zoom in, let us zoom in. For example, this structure here, look at this. This structure here, doesn't it look absolutely similar to what we are seeing now, right? A run up, crash, and then wobbling around, pretending to make a new low, and then actually going to new highs. This is exactly a running flat correction. Here you have it. This is a running flat correction. A bull trend, pam, 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 not making a new low, and zack, off we go to new highs. This is a perfect example of a running flat correction. And it looks eerily similar to the structure we have now. Or here, look here. Very similar situation. Went up, pretends to make a new low, actually doesn't make a new low, goes up to new highs. So we had it in the 2017 bull run also, very similar examples to what the complete coin market cap is actually printing right now, and this makes me also quite bullish on the overall structure. Combine this with historical low RSI structures, bullish divergences all over the place, and the reasons which I explained in my last two videos, that the Fed will probably backpedal on tightening and that the dollar index is dumping like crazy. Combine all these things and you get the clear picture, friends, that the altcoins are very far from dying. In fact, they are looking quite insanely strong, and as if they were preparing for a massive bull run of epic proportions, okay? Of epic proportions. I hope I made myself clear because I cannot wobble my head more than I already did. But friends, I think that is what is happening right now. So let us use this opportunity, and again, this is not investment advice. I can just tell you what I'm doing. Let us use this opportunity to load up on so-called cheap coins so that when the market will turn around, and it is only a matter of time, even if we say, okay, this scenario, as I told now, is not playing out, but we have a protracted bear market, even then, these are still good prices, and you can just continue cost dollar average down if it should fall more. And then in 2 years, there's the next Bitcoin halving. At some point, Bitcoin will certainly pump. It's only a matter of time. The altcoin market at some point will certainly pump. It's only a matter of time. And then we see new highs in many different coins. Everything will go crazy again. So it's only a matter of time until we make new highs. And we are talking Bitcoin going to 200K, Ethereum to 20K, Cardano to tens of dollars, even XRP to over $10. I still maintain my bullish view. So many coins will pump like crazy, and these are good times to load up. Be greedy when others are fearful, friends. If you found this video interesting, please like and maybe even subscribe. I would be highly happy to welcome you in this illustrious round of very smart and cool, very cool, like really cool people who monitor this market, and we will make daily videos here and provide you with hopefully good information on where the market is headed. Thanks again for watching, friends. Have a nice day and see you in the next update video tomorrow. Ciao!